We have daddies. No, we don't. We have to go make one.
Yeah, we have to go make one.
But first, we have to introduction all over again. Oh, I'm narrating this time, aren't I?
Can I get video feed?
Oh, yeah.
That's a little important.
It's not that important yet. I'm skipping through everything.
But yes, you are narrating this time, since I am doing.
Did you figure out what voice you're doing for him?
A voice.
Build that dad! Alright. Is it the Return of Santa?
Return of Santa!
Was it this skin tone? I don't remember what skin tone I gave him.
He was pretty white, but he wasn't, like, pale.
I don't think I made him the lightest.
No, he was not even close.
Because I'm not white. So I didn't want to make him fully white.
As always, seaweed.
Return to seaweed.
We're turning with the hard eyes?
No, I mostly just don't remember what eyes we did.
It was...
Was it this one?
No.
Was it the super sad one? No. Was it this one?
It was the...
Was it this one?
Yes! No, I think it was the one, that one.
This
Because
one?
we were making jokes about it looks like,
No.
Is it that one? That one.
This one. I think
It was one of them that...
It might have been this one.
About it being, like, he was just, like, doing, like, side eyes.
I think it was this one.
I don't think so. Okay, I'm gonna bring it up.
I don't know. I don't remember.
I'm bringing it up.
Oh, wait. No. I don't remember.
Let's mute it so I don't have to hear
I
it.
don't even remember what color eyes he had.
Let's see. Okay, it is upturned eyes.
Upturned eyes?
E. Or no, wait. We're picking. Yeah, it looks like we went with upturned eyes and
What color?
purple. Looks like.
Purple?
The one right next to white.
Pink?
Whatever. Pink, purple,
Pink.
purple, whatever.
I don't remember. I think it was this one. Mouth
I have
doesn't
basically
matter.
a finished version of him up.
Huh?
I have the finished version of him up. Yeah, it was red.
I don't care. I mean, okay, maybe I care a little bit. I don't know. I don't know which one I like better.
He's more Christmassy with red.
He is, but we could put him in red clothing. Was it this one? I think it was this
It was that one. Yeah, it was the one with the heart.
So with that in mind.
I mean, that just looks too white.
Yeah, a little bit. No. We need the classic.
The monster.
It's not a monster, it's just a creature.
The best creature.
I mean, really, the best part of this is that we don't need to worry about the mouth because you don't see it.
Nope. Don't.
The mouth
see it
really
at all.
doesn't matter.
Yep.
Was this the same head? I don't remember his cheek being that pointy.
No, we had a rounder one.
He looks so chubby in this one. I like how the shadow doesn't matter.
I was about to say, where's the shadow?
Under the creature. Ate it. Wait.
No.
It'd be funny. Cats!
He looks too, like... I don't know.
Wait, was this the one we did for Simon? Or did we give Simon a different shirt? I forget.
I don't remember what Simon wore, honestly. Which route was Simon's?
The one before Matt's. Brian. No, yes. Brian? Brian.
No, he had the, party one.
Party hat?
Yeah, he had that party.
I feel like this one suits Mr. Vega the most. But we'll go with the classic. Home day
Classic
pack.
Santa!
The little heart pocket. Looking
Yeah.
good, Daddy.
I love me some Santa seaweed.
Name that dad.
I've missed me some Santa seaweed. Ready?
He's the classic idiot.
Be that dad! He does look like an idiot, doesn't he? More importantly, he doesn't look like anyone we know.
Hey? Well, okay. The one you're talking about didn't really look like the one we knew. Or one we know. Mother. Bye, Santa. Always bye, Santa.
Hmm?
I said always bye, Santa. What? I love this one.
I do too. Do you want to read it before I continue skipping?
No.
Darn. That was you.
Damn.
Dad.
Damn.
What? Amanda does not sound that whiny.
Oh no.
2 whole cars. Even though I'm very confused whether we have 1 car or 2 cars. I think we only have 1.
Well, we don't need to get hurts for either of those. We could just theoretically unpack.
Yeah.
The only one that we have to care about is the one that matters, and that's going to school, and like that's mandatory.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if you would meet Matt if you went for coffee now.
What did we do here? Have we done this?
Maybe we haven't. Maybe I shouldn't have been skipping. Oh well.
Well, it was the normal Joseph comes over thing.
Should we get fresh air or should we get coffee?
I'm wondering if we get fresh air, we meet Craig, Coffee, Matt, and
Joseph.
More Joseph. Let's get some fresh air. Heavy question mark?
I'm inclined to say coffee.
Of course you are.
Well, no, like, because if these are different than the earlier scenes, then this would probably be Matt. Or
If
not
they're
Matt.
different.
Not Matt. Hugo.
Why would it be Hugo?
Because he's literary, and I just associate people who read books with coffee shops sometimes.
No!
That's a thing people supposedly do.
Supposedly, but it doesn't mean you should associate the two.
Okay, but out of these options, this
I
one's
don't-
clearly Joseph.
I think the coffee will just be Matt, not Hugo.
Well, you think this one's Craig, As
I
opposed
would
to-
imagine that one's Craig.
as opposed to when it would have earlier been Brian.
True. I don't know. I mean, try it, but
I don't see this one being Hugo. So we have a greater chance of it being Hugo if it's this one.
I think the only way we can get to Hugo is with the mandatory you see Hugo.
But we don't know that.
That is true. Try it.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the same.
Damn.
So they basically force you.
Well, I guess it doesn't matter this time.
It doesn't matter.
Spicy.
We've already gotten the picture. The Communist Manifesto.
Hmm?
The Communist Manifesto.
Communist Manifesto. Makes a comeback.
And there's Robert.
And now we need a nap. We just had coffee. Yes, and?
And now we're seeing Craig. That baby is so adorable.
Mm-hmm. Go to bed.
What? You don't want to watch the game?
Nope.
You don't want to meet with Robert?
I'll save that for Robert's route.
From what I hear, you cannot do the third date if you do that date. If you do that.
So we'll save scum it.
Yeah.
It's not the first time we've save scummed something.
What? Yes, it is. What are you talking about? Stop being so rude.
Back to sleep.
We never save scum anything.
Okay. We'll get that achievement and then immediately start the route over. Is that better? 34.
Oh.
Mr. Vega leads me in, and I take a seat in one of the comically small students' desks in the back. I might get stuck in this. Yes, Hugo?
Yes?
Yes?
Alright, where were we? Now who can tell me about the unreliability of the narrator, J.D. Salinger's Catcher in the Rye? Yes, Colin?
Colin stands up and does the thing where he blows into the crook of his elbow to make a fart noise. The whole class erupts in laughter.
Alright, everybody. Very funny, Colin. Please sit down. Now, Holden Caulfield is an unreliable narrator in the sense that
bell for the end of the period rings. All of the students immediately get up and make a break for the door.
Whoa.
Remember to do the reading and answer the response questions on page 194 in your textbook.
Nobody's listening.
Or not, I guess.
Mr. Vega turns to me and sighs.
Middle schoolers, right? Don't you teach high schoolers? Both. You know, budget cuts. Right. Thanks so much for coming in. No problem, Mr. Vega. Please, call me Hugo. I don't normally do these impromptu parent-teacher meetings, but as I'm sure you know, Amanda's a very bright student. I'm concerned about her recent behavior. What's going on?
I don't know.
Amanda has never been the most engaged student, but I know she cares. Recently, though, she's been falling behind. She's not completing assignments and has been doing rather poorly on tests. I normally chalk this up to senioritis, but...
This is strange. I thought Amanda always shared everything with me. It hadn't even crossed my mind that something might be wrong.
I just wanted to ask, is everything okay at home?
I feel like this one.
Sure. I haven't noticed anything different about her, but she always tends to put on a happy face no matter what. See if you can talk to her about it. I know she values you a great deal and would appreciate your guidance. If she keeps heading down this road, I know how important art school is to her. I would hate to see her miss out on scholarship money that she clearly deserves. I'll make sure to talk to Amanda. Thanks for letting me know, Hugo. Anytime.
On my way out, I stop, thinking for a moment. I turn to Hugo.
Hey, Hugo?
Oh.
Yes. They ever catch that rye? Dun, dun, dun. Yes.
It's catcher in the rye, not catcher of the rye.
Shh! That's the joke!
A bad one?
Yes!
I leave the classroom and make my way out of the school. I'm still a little bit in shock that Amanda was able to hide this so well from me. She's always been such a force for positivity in my life, especially after we lost her mother. Amanda must be done with classes for the day by now. I'm sure she would appreciate a ride home, and maybe I can talk to her about what's going on.
Skip?
Whee! Whee! Sorry, Damien.
We'll see him eventually. We'll see him eventually.
At the barbecue.
Like I said, eventually. Burn it all! Aww.
Boisterous. Cattywampus.
Discombobulated is still the best one.
Whoa.
Yay!
Fire!
Wow. All the Christian children. I'm happy there. Screw you, Brian. Am I supposed to read this? Said, am I supposed to read this? Got no worries about its size as long as me and my daughter are happy.
We gotta assert our self-confidence.
Well put. Oh, let me introduce you to my daughter.
A kid peeks out from behind Brian.
This is Daisy.
Hello! Hi, what grade are you in? 5th grade!
We're actually trying to get her to skip 6th grade. Not to brag, but she's pretty smart. You are bragging. Shut up.
Not to brag. That's exactly what bragging is. Like you just said. Alright, we'll skip the rest. Whee! The intellectuals. Matt and Hugo seem to be embroiled in an intense discussion. Craig looks on, smiling politely. I walk over to say hello.
Well, I don't think it's fair to try and compare two art movements like that. Periods in art only exist because there's a unique product of the social and political climate of a time and place. To try to take something like, say, the Rococo period and compare it to postmodernism in America, you're completely disregarding the context in which our work of art is created.
Matt and Hugo seem to be so busy talking that they don't notice me. Craig leans in. Dude, I have no idea what's happening.
Listen. That kind of comparison just eliminates the reason art movements are so important in the first place.
You're not wrong, but I think there's no harm in comparing one work of art to another. You could definitely say one painting is better than another if you're evaluating technical skill from a purely formalist standpoint. If I showed you a Matisse and then something by the Dutch masters, which one would you say shows more technical prowess? I am so lost right now. I shoot a worried glance over to Craig, who returns it.
I don't know.
Well, sure. You could say the Dutch masters were technically more skilled, but I'd argue that while the Dutch masters were better painters, Matisse had better paintings overall. Art is dead!
Yes.
Well, I was about to say, the top one's the Craig answer. I think the middle one was the Matt answer.
Seems like it.
Listen, you guys can novel gaze all you want about art and periods, but real art died long before we were ever born. Before the original masters picked up their brushes. Before Prometheus received fire from the gods. But he's... okay, whatever. Everything we do on this planet is born of a fear of death. Art is just a way for humans to try to live forever.
Oh.
But it doesn't matter. Nothing matters. One day it will all be dust.
Everyone stares at me. Existentialism. I like it.
Anyway, we're just discussing the importance of context when talking about artwork.
That speech was a work of art. Listen, all I asked was if you liked Van Gogh or Picasso better. Hugo throws up his hands in frustration.
But they represent two completely different art movements. How can I possibly choose between the thick, creamy impasto of post-impressionism and the abstractionist beauty of cubism? Man, that's all way above my head.
Me too. It's all good, man. The cool thing about art is that we all perceive it differently. A single piece could have a totally different effect on each person that looks at it. And that's awesome.
And that piece of art's a butt.
And that one's also a butt.
Butts everywhere. Just 1 minute about that.
Hugo, please.
Sorry. I get really fired up about art stuff. Santa, how are you liking the neighborhood? It's pretty nice. Everyone's been super friendly.
Seems like your daughter is fitting in just fine. Matt points across the yard to where Amanda, Daisy, and another young girl are playing. They're all sitting cross-legged in the grass, picking weeds and weaving them into little flower crowns. It's pretty adorable. The girl I don't recognize jogs over to us. What is it, sweetheart? It's a flower crown. I thought you'd look cute in it.
Hey.
Well, there's only one way to find out. Matt takes the flower crown and places it on top of his head.
Hey.
Am I cool now? The girl stares at him, thinking it over. Nope. But you're slightly less uncool than you were before you put it on.
Hey.
Hey, Santa, this is my daughter.
Hello.
I'm Carmencita. Amanda comes over with Daisy in tow. Dad, look, I'm making friends. Are you making friends? You better be making friends.
Amanda, don't you know I never make friends? This is all just a ruse. Yeah, actually, Amanda, you remember the cool barista from the coffee shop? And my old college friend? And, your teacher?
Oh. Hi, Mr. Vega. I didn't realize we were neighbors.
Oh.
Yep. You still gonna give me that overdue term paper?
Ugh. Great seeing you. Amanda finger guns her way out of the conversation like a champ. Pew pew.
She learned the finger gun moves from me. I'm very proud. She's definitely a charmer. Speaking of which, where did my son go?
Sweet manchego.
Hugo looks around the party. He must finally spot him because his eyes go wide.
Sweet manchego.
Good playing that clip twice in a row. Ernest Hemingway Vega, are you smoking?
Ah.
Ernest is holding a lit cigarette. Nope. See Ernest across the way. He casually takes a long drag of his cigarette and then flicks it into a gutter.
Whew. Unbelievable. Excuse me.
Hugo marches over to Ernest, and I turn my attention to Matt and Craig.
Kids, right?
Hey.
Man, I do not envy Hugo. The last barbecue we had, Ernest tried to shove a sparkler down Joseph's pants. Nearly burned down half the yard. And the barbecue we had before that, he actually burned down half the yard. And then it spread onto my lawn and burned down half of my yard, too. Hugo walks back over to us, practically dragging Ernest behind him.
Hey, everybody. Sorry about that, Santa. This is my son, Ernest. Hello.
Ernest looks away, sulking, his hands shoved deep in his pockets. Dot, 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 dot. Hugo nudges him impatiently. Dot, 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 dot. Hey.
Nice to meet you, Ernest. What grade are you in?
Does it matter?
Oh.
Ernest.
Okay, I'm in 8th grade. God, are you happy now? I'm sure you were just dying to know.
Yeah. Good for you.
Oh.
Can I go now? I'm tired talking to old dudes who blame my generation for the failing economy. Ouch.
Ernest.
Oh yeah, because I'm totally embarrassing you. Ernest puts earbuds in and storms off to stand in the corner. Well, that was certainly something.
He seems nice.
Hugo puts his head in his hands and sighs.
Oh.
I'm so sorry. He's having a really rough time. As much as I want to be the cool dad, I have to be the authoritarian dad, and he clearly resents me for it.
I mean, I think as a dad and a teacher, it's about as authoritarian as you can get. Honestly, are any of us cool dads? Is it even possible to be a cool dad?
What? I'm cool as a cucumber.
See, that right there. You can't say that.
Oh.
The kids think I'm cool. But for how long, Craig? How long do we get to be the cool dads? I don't know.
Oh.
I think we just have to accept the fact that as dads, we've become the machine we once raged against, and accept our fate to unironically wear socks with sandals. Your kids may think you're cool now, but the moment they hit puberty, you're doomed.
Amanda's 18 and she still thinks I'm cool.
I yell across the yard to my daughter.
Amanda! I'm cool, right?
Amanda just laughs. She keeps laughing.
I see your point. As much as we all want it, I don't think it's as important to be a cool dad as it is to be a good dad. We can all be best friends with our kids. It just doesn't work. I mean, look at me and Ernest.
Oh.
Our job as parents is to make sure our kids turn out okay, unlike Ernest.
Yeah, you're right. But it'd be nice to have it both ways. Well, I mean, I think the point is that he hopes Ernest will eventually turn out okay. Hearing these guys talk about this makes me think of my relationship with Amanda. We get along so well, but there might come a time when it won't be like that. Is college when that happens?
No, I think that's middle school usually, or high school.
Or, you know, your entire life.
Yeah, or your entire life. Don't let us eat up your time, Santa. Go meet some of the other people around the neighborhood. Or
Like
don't.
burgers.
Like burgers. And
Burgers are my favorite people in the neighborhood.
I think you want to skip all the dad puns.
Wink.
Oh.
Sorry, what was that? I couldn't hear you
Is that-
over the sound of all the skipping.
I think you want to skip all the fun dad puns. Oh darn!
Burger?
I wanted to.
Ice
I
Red
was about
Truckers.
to- I was about to say I wanted to say a pun at the start of this, but I know you'd kill me if I said it.
Burger or Ice Road Truckers?
Burger.
Burger.
Am I reading this?
Yes.
Sweetie, if I can impart any sort of wisdom upon you right now, and not that this was a bad situation, but if you're ever in an uncomfortable situation, always look for the silver lining. The silver linings get you through to the other side. We ate rockin' burgers today, and it was good.
Yeah. Amen. Huh? Well, hey, at least you met some of the cool dads. You should hit them up on Dad Book.
Amen. Were they praying to a burger god or something?
I'd rather believe in a burger god.
Ouch! Don't blame Joseph and his deity.
Didn't say anything about blaming Joseph.
Maybe I will, if I ever figure out how social media works. ... I have a good feeling about this place.
Me too, Dad.
Skip? See, being me, it will always be see how long I can sleep for.
Throw a party!
Oh. A real rager.
Whee!
Ugh.
Skipping over the sad part.
Yeah, I was about to say, skip the sadness.
Whee! Team Seaweed. Team Seaweed. Yay.
Friday night, you are most likely to.
Fall asleep watching the History Channel?
Isn't that, that was one of the other dads. It was History Channel.
What would you think would be Hugo?
I think either the sleep or the coin collection.
Maybe the coin collection. Go with that.
Not sleep?
No, not sleep.
I'm shocked. Who do you think is sleep?
I don't know.
I say sleep mostly because he has to deal with Ernest. I'm pretty sure he's happy to sleep whenever he can. Coin collection.
I think he's happy when Ernest is sleeping.
True, that too. If you had one thing to take with you onto a desert island, what would it be? The lost shaker of salt. I don't know.
Sure.
I'm gonna go with that because I don't know.
Yeah, I don't.
What are your turn-ons?
I don't know what any of these would be Ernest. Or not Ernest, Hugo. Like, all these, I'm just like... Would any of these
Feel
be
like-
Hugo?
Crying or street smarts?
I don't think street smarts.
Honestly, I'm thinking he might surprise us.
Very possible.
Because most of the characters, it's meant to, like, surprise us a little bit. They have a little bit more depth than it seemed like, or something like that.
Okay, good. You didn't say all of the characters.
Hmm?
I said you didn't say all of the characters, thankfully.
Well, you know. Anyway, I mean, I think partially just for the fact that he is dealing with Ernest, part of me wants to say I don't think he's as, like, naive or completely bookish as he may come across.
It's very possible.
I think he actually does know.
Go for it.
Also because honestly, both because I remember from the guide you sent me that very first time, and partially because I kind of suspected in the first place, this one's Robert.
Can be possible.
What did you want to be when you grew up?
But I think also, like, all of these can be multiple
Oh yeah,
dads.
they're
Like,
all
it's
for
not
multiple.
just-
They're all
Yeah.
pros and cons for multiple of them.
Yeah.
I think that street smarts actually might be more Hugo than it comes across. Anyway. Writer?
Writer.
Writer. What's your favorite movie genre? This one might be whatever will make me cry.
I think a safe answer for all of them is actually Sean Connery's. I think that's a safe viewpoint, at least. For all of them.
That sounds so boring.
Hey! Go for the crime one if you want.
Well, I feel like
Who would war documentaries be?
Robert.
Maybe?
Maybe? I don't know.
Also, what of these will be Damien's?
We'll deal with that when we're on his route. I feel like for Damien it's these two.
Go with crying.
I just think most of the guys are sensitive, adorable souls. What's your ideal date?
Arson.
I mean, for Santa, yes, but also, we're not trying to date Santa. But
I
it
thought
would
we
be
were trying to
accurate
date
to his
Robert.
character. Huh?
Jokingly, I said I thought we were trying to date Robert.
No, I think he's also emotionally vulnerable.
But arson?
I mean, true. I think he's probably both.
Probably. Probably one's the better answer and one's just a good answer.
I think for Robert, what I expect is that this is the better answer, but this is also a good answer.
Probably. And probably everyone else, arson is like a bad answer.
Are you sure? I think it's a bad answer for Hugo because he already deals with that from his son, apparently.
Part of me just thinks it's the healthy dinner, but I don't think that's right. It could be the puzzle one.
Possibly that one, maybe the puzzle, maybe the geocaching. Really anything but arson.
I say go with the puzzle or dinner.
I'll go with puzzle. What do you never leave home without? A sensible cardigan.
Yes. But my crippling low self-esteem.
Well, I mean, that one's a given. Spend a lot of time thinking about.
It ain't how proud I am of my child.
Conspiracy theories. Potential ends of the world. I think it's really just those two. Then this one might be like a half good. But I feel like it's mostly these two.
Potential end of the world.
Profile complete!
See? That wasn't so bad.
Yes, it was. Stop lying, Amanda.
I think it was fun. You also think it was fun.
I am just going to be so confused about what Damien's answers will be. Because we don't know anything about Damien, really.
Sure we do. He's a sort of vampire. He likes taxidermy. He likes art.
Okay, we know more about Damien than Robert, but that's not saying much.
We know a bit about Robert. We just don't know which parts are true and which ones are him making fun of them.
That was actually kind of fun. I could totally spend all day on here just looking at people's profiles.
You should message one of them. Or more than one of them. All of these dads seem pretty interesting.
No, they don't, Amanda. Stop lying.
Only like half of them.
Okay, I promise I'll make some friends.
Amanda gives me a hug.
Now go to school.
Go get him, Dad.
All right. She's going to school. So she can immediately message you on Dad Book.
Blah, 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 blah,
Blah,
blah,
blah,
blah,
blah,
blah,
blah,
blah, blah.
Okay. Wait. Come on. You never heard that.
So, we finished Joseph, and Craig, and Brian, and Matt. Now for Hugo.
Hugo, and then Damien,
Hugo.
and then Robert.
E. Eventually.
Maybe we should aim to finish this game on Father's Day. I think that'd be very fitting.
That's also very possible.
I know, that's my point.
Yeah, let's go for it. That's like what? Generally 9 streams?
Something like that?
We usually average 3 per character when we do the major skip. Some like with Matt.
No, we
much
sometimes
less.
do 2 per stream, especially if we're skipping a lot.
Yeah. So it's very possible. 6 to 9 streams is very possible to do before Father's Day.
Well, with the last one ending on Father's Day.
Yeah.
And I'm also willing to do a longer one for Father's Day.
To just finish it up. To finish up Roberts with a long stream.
Alright, we're doing Roberts all in one shot.
Would you be willing to actually do that?
My brain wants to say yes, but my throat wants to say no.
Yeah, because you do Robert's voice.
Well, more importantly, his voice is, like, gruff. I have to, like, half growl his voice.
So, that might not be good to do all of Robert's.
Anyway, we'll figure it out.
Yes, we'll figure it out.
Read your thing.
Middle school teacher, high school teacher, writer of scholarly articles on 18th century literature for various esteemed publications. If you're on here to tell me that my son put a cherry bomb in your trash, I know, and I'm sorry.
Arson.
Arson!
On a Friday night, you are most likely to...
Brew some tea and paint my miniatures.
If you had one thing to take with you onto a desert island, what would it be?
A Remembrance of Things Past by Marcel Proust.
Isn't it Proust?
I don't know.
What are your turn-ons?
Muscles. Really?
Wow! What did you want to be when you grew up?
Movie star.
What's your favorite movie genre?
Documentaries on art history.
What's your ideal date?
Each of us read a different book on opposite sides of the couch in comfortable silence. That actually sounds like a fun date, honestly.
Sounds really cute.
Like, I enjoy that.
Or rather, it sounds like the kind of cute thing you do when you're living with your significant other.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would call it a date, in the sense that I wouldn't, like, block out time, per se, to go over to my significant other's place to sit on the opposite side of the couch reading silently.
See,
Because at that point, I just stay home and read silently.
I don't know. That could have its own fun thing, though. Where if it's, like, not complete silence, but, like, you could still get in conversations about the stuff.
No, this is comfortable silence.
Like, I don't know. There could be fun in that. Not to the extreme, but there could be a lot of fun in that, I think.
I mean, I'm not saying I don't think it would be
flippant nerd.
fun. I wouldn't block out time in my schedule for that. You know how my schedule is.
Yes, I know how your schedule
And
is.
so, it sounds like the kind of thing I would do if I was living with that person.
Yeah,
But I wouldn't call it a date. I'd call it hanging out at home with my significant other. What do you never leave home without?
my glasses. Actually, I forget them at home a lot.
Maybe he was the forgetting his keys and stuff. I spend a lot of time thinking about.
I worry that people who argue against e-readers are more in love with the idea of books than actually reading them. Ain't that the truth?
Yes. Although I also like the feeling of turning pages.
I don't know. I like having books, because, I mean, I still sometimes buy books, but, like, ebooks are also very convenient.
E-readers are perfectly good. I am also currently obligated to say this. However, just a little bit kind of obligated to say that.
But also...
I mean, I've also, like, used the Kindle app before, right?
Yeah.
I used it before I started my last job, like, between graduation and that first job.
Yeah.
For a time, I was reading on there, like, quite a bit, because I didn't have the physical copies of the books, and that was fine.
Yeah.
However, I also just like the swiping motion of turning pages. And so I want an e-reader that is large enough for me to have that feeling of turning pages.
There's probably a way to do that.
Because I don't like just scrolling up and down. I think that's the big thing to me.
I think, so I normally use Nook, not Kindle. Barnes & Noble's one. And that you actually swipe.
Well, I'm going to not give away personal information about myself.
No, do not. But, like, but, I mean...
But you know my opinion now.
Yes, I know your opinion. But that I'm just saying that I know some companies do it.
But, I mean, I haven't tried Nook. Kindle was just convenient because I was getting free books off of having Prime.
Yeah, I mean...
I was getting free books, like, every month. I still do, I just don't always use it. Also, Google Play sent me, like, a $4 book credit recently, and I was very confused because I don't know why. They just suddenly sent me a credit. Like, hey, by the way, you have this credit. It expires on this day. Here's $4. Buy an ebook.
That's cool.
It is cool. I'm just very confused. Anyway. Ready?
Sure.
Boop.
I'm also just looking at my bookshelf being like, man, I need to get back into reading.
Same. Well,
I still have
reading
that
a
one
bit.
book I bought while I was visiting you that I haven't gotten past like the third chapter because the first one was kind of uncomfortable for me at one point.
Good job.
I'm gonna try to reread it. I just haven't sat down to read, which is a problem.
I need to read. I borrowed a book from work. I should read it.
Yeah, that's my problem is the time where I'm like would be good would be when I'm on like public transportation, but I don't want to actually be reading on public transportation because I don't trust people. Or when I'm at home, but then I'm just like, but I could be like doing something else.
I think the big thing for me is that reading will require more concentration compared to like having a video game or something.
Yeah. Well, it depends on the game.
I mean, partially. But like, generally speaking, I can hang out with my roommate and play video games and stuff at the same time. If I try to hang out with my roommate and read at the same time, generally I wind up putting the book down.
Yeah, no, that's very fair.
Because like I'll get like 2 sentences in and then I'm like focusing on talking to her.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get very far.
No,
Then I have to
that's fair.
reread my 2 sentences and I have to figure out where I was again and then I put it down again to continue the conversation. I navigate to Hugo's dad book page and type out a message.
Hey Hugo, great seeing you at the barbecue. Want to hang out sometime?
I wait for a few minutes before the computer dings. I'm so glad you messaged me, and I definitely want to hang out sometime, but I have a favor to ask. Our class is going on a field trip to the aquarium today, and one of our chaperones called in sick.
Is there any possible way you could come by and something watch them?
Replace them? Something like that. I figure he'll move his head in a sec once you reach your line.
Uh-oh.
Is there any possible way you could come by and replace them? I completely understand if you don't want to or can't make it, but I'm gonna be honest with you here. It's the middle school class. I need as much help as I can get.
Middle school children are rough.
Middle school children are his son.
Arson?
His son.
Read your line? Read the line? Read the line?
I was about to. I think about it for a moment. Man, that's a lot of screaming kids that I'd be accountable for. And they're in middle school. Arguably the worst age to be.
Ain't that the truth?
Arguably. Amanda silently trudges into the kitchen and pours herself a bowl of cereal. Her eyes are a little puffy, almost as if she'd been crying. What's she gonna be sad about this time?
Morning, Amanda.
Morning, Pops.
Hey, are you alright?
Oh, fine. Of course. I'm fine. I just got to thinking about the Backstreet Boys. They had a reunion. Backstreet Boys are back, alright. But they're different. Something's wrong with them. Like they're a dream someone once had, but can no longer remember. No one's talking about it. They just go on like everything's normal.
Did the Backstreet Boys get back together at some point?
Backstreet's back. Alright.
My knowledge of boy bands is nothing.
It's okay, that's about all I know.
But were they original? Were they really the only ones?
Sorry, I'd make moves to click, but I have a cat on my lap and he's being really cute.
Okay, but this is when you shoo the cat.
Never! He's just, I
Express-
have my hand like under one of his arms, half holding him up, and he's not moving away or anything, and it's really cute, and I'm scared he's gonna move if I take my hand off.
to take your hand off so you can
No.
click.
Oh no.
What?
But he's so cute.
Okay, but you need to continue the game.
But he's purring.
But you need to
Okay, he
continue
moved
the
his
game.
arm. This one? That one?
Yes. Now I said, were they original? The answer is no. We see boy bands come and go all the time. When they're popular, they'll act as if they don't like their music. And in a few decades, their song will be considered classics. It's just the way the world works. The Beatles were once the hot new boy band, you know?
Huh.
See, but I also don't
Why did she suddenly flip?
I don't know!
So, do fathers just lose their dad license if they don't mention the Beatles at least once a month?
Parents are supposed to mention the Beatles?
My parents don't mention the Beatles.
My parents only mention... Crap, what's a famous country? Oh, what are some of the famous country singers that I should know?
Keith Urban. Carrie Underwood.
No. Who's that? Who's one of the famous country, female country singers?
Faith Hill.
No.
What was that?
What?
What was that? No.
No.
No, she's not famous enough for you?
She's not the type that my parents listen to.
Well, no wonder you hate country.
Sorry, the country you need to think about is the one where all they talk about are women, God, and beer. And their tractors.
Sorry, when I listen to country music, I still want it to be good.
Yeah, so what I grew up around was man, women are hot. Beer is amazing. Let's drink all the time. Thank God for the women and the beer. And
my dog
tractors.
left me.
What?
My dog left me. My wife left me. Everyone has left me. Because I was drinking beer.
No, that's reality. Country doesn't talk about reality.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you sure there are no country songs about their women leaving them?
Oh.
Martina McBride. No, she's also the good kind of country.
Reba McEntire,
Oh, that's a name I've heard.
Garth Brooks, Tim McGraw.
Oh, I've heard of Tim McGraw. Because Taylor Swift titled a song after him.
Really?
The lyrics... Basically, the song is shamelessly titled after him for attention. The lyrics mention that she was like, I don't know, having a summer fling with some guy, I guess. And then they were dancing to Tim McGraw.
Brad Paisley and Toby Keith.
Oh, I've heard of Toby.
Those were all the ones that I grew up around, and they all sound the same. Except for Reba McEntire, because it's not the standard guy country voice in those songs.
Read your line.
Yes, but mentions of Rush or Billy Joel are acceptable in a pinch. You know you can talk to me about anything, right?
Yeah, that's why I'm talking about the Backstreet Boys with you.
Okay, just remember that it's okay to be sad. But also remember that I love you very much. And only want what's best for you. That's all.
Oh.
Alright. Jeez, don't make me cry again.
Hey, how was middle school for you?
She just flipped again.
But what are you doing to her?
did they do to her? Is she a
apparently-
ghost?
Apparently they didn't
Is
get
she
the
guest
rotation
starring on
right.
Paranormal Ice Road Ghost Truckers?
Apparently they didn't get the rotation right for that part.
I guess not. Or rotation or position? Or both, I guess.
Both. Because technically I think it would be both.
Yeah, but, well, no, this game is still developed in Unity, so yeah, both. Anyway,
Bad, but nobody likes middle school. It's 3 years of bad acne, crying, and being generally terrible.
3 years?
Everyone sucks.
yes, 3 years, 6th, 7th, 8th.
Oh. Okay. To me, 6th grade is not a part of middle school, but whatever.
Yeah, a lot of schools are like that. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's there are some schools around my area that were middle school 6th, 7th, 8th, but then I think there was one that was 7, 8, 9 or something like
what
that.
are they, Japan?
And then what I'm used to was 6th is still elementary school, 7th, 8th would basically be middle school.
Nope. I went to junior high, 6th, 7th, 8th.
My junior high was just 7th, 8th.
Everyone sucks. No self-awareness. It's just a bunch of hormonal teenagers locked in a gross old building for 40 plus hours a week, doing long division and starting fights over, I don't know, pizza day? Top 40s pop? Middle schoolers should be avoided at all costs.
What's it like to be a middle schooler who's hyped up on hormones all day?
Are you going to try to claim that you have no hormones?
Nope, I'm a robot.
I mean, I know that guys and girls experience hormones differently.
I'm a robot.
You're not a robot.
I'm a robot.
You are not a robot.
Yes, I am.
You are not a robot. You need food and sleep. What was your middle school experience like?
I don't remember. I didn't like it. I thought it was fine. I feel like it would be, I don't remember because most parents don't actually remember what it's like being a kid, or I thought it was fine because nostalgia?
I have no nostalgia for middle school.
I can't remember middle school. Other than everyone thinking I was trying to steal my ex-girlfriend away from her previous boyfriend.
I don't know. I mean, for me, it was just like dumb middle schooler drama, which then turned into dumb high schooler drama because I had mostly the same friends between the two.
Yeah. I don't know, I don't think there was that much drama, but also people didn't talk to me, so...
I remember things like getting the understudy part for the graduation choir, which, like, I wasn't going to be singing. They're not going to miss graduation. But I got, like, the sort of understudy part where I had to learn all of the verses as backup for each of the soloists. This is because I fucked up my audition and started singing the next verse instead of singing the first verse twice.
Wow.
Like, I'm pretty sure that's what did it, was that I had already proven that I basically knew the entire song.
Wow.
Because there were 4, like, soloists, and I started singing the second one. I think I got, like, halfway through before I realized, and I was like, oh, sorry, and then because we were supposed to sing the first verse twice. So I think they were just like, oh, she already knows it, so they gave me that, like, backup position. But it really doesn't matter, because no one was gonna miss graduation. The soloists were not gonna, like, skip out on graduation. So of course I still didn't, like, have a solo. But I had a friend who had been taking vocal lessons for years, and I had not had vocal lessons. And so she apparently was, like, shit-talking me to all of our friends, because all of us had auditioned. Because she didn't get anything, and I got the backup spot.
Right, you have mentioned that before.
Middle schooler drama. Turned
Also-
into high schooler drama.
That just made me remember, how can I forget, getting dragged into drama productions.
Anyway, don't remember, didn't like it.
Don't remember. It was so long ago. Probably rode dinosaurs to class and bartered for lunch with the tiny skulls of the animals we had slain.
You probably had to walk uphill in the snow both ways, too, huh?
She forgot the most important part.
Hmm?
Barefoot.
Huh.
Walked uphill in the snow both ways barefoot. And we liked it.
I don't think the barefoot part's always included, but I don't know.
I've always heard it with barefoot.
I mean, your family's weird.
And then my grandmother would chime in, well, we didn't walk barefoot, we had shoes.
Yeah, I don't think my parents ever said things like that. This is because I think my mom had to drop out of school, like, pretty young or something.
Really?
She was poor. What she has told me about, as like a funny story, not as a complaining story, was like being a little kid, and like she was in the younger set of girls who were working at this factory, and I think all of them were working like underage, and so her job was to like brush these dolls' hair in the factories, and then when they would have inspections, all of the little girls had to run up and hide in the attic.
No. No.
She tells it as like a funny, cute story. Like she has nostalgia about it, and I'm just like, okay, all right. All right.
No.
Then.
No.
She also talks about how her family was so poor that they would get egg tarts, and then I think they had to like share or something, or like they got special deals on it or something. But then all of the kids would only eat the filling to the egg tarts, and then they would give it to their mom. Like, here, mom, here's 4 egg tart shells.
Wow.
Wait, do you know what egg tarts are?
No.
Okay. They're like similar to little custard pies, but better. And the pie crust is more like a puff pastry, but less puffy, but the same layering, kind of.
Because that
I know, you already hate it because I said the word pie.
tells me nothing.
See, middle schoolers are reprehensible.
Wait, why are you asking me about middle school?
Because I'm going back. Oh, Mr. Vega requested my help to chaperone his middle school class to the aquarium. Just wanted to know what I was in for.
You get to go to the aquarium? Are you kidding me? The last field trip I got to go on was to the clam chowder factory. They didn't even give us clam chowder. They gave us square pizza at a clam chowder factory.
I'm trying to remember what field trips I was on. I didn't have any notable field trips, actually.
I did a few fun ones.
One of them was to go into the city
Heh.
and see the famous sites in the city.
Heh. I don't think
That
I
was
wound
like
up
10th or 11th grade.
But we did have, at some point, there were like band field trips to compete in some sort of band thing at like
Yeah, I've had
Disney
those.
World.
What?
I don't think I got to go
What?
though. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I think we took one field trip to see was Othello, but it might have been Romeo and Juliet. I don't know. One of the Shakespeare's we were reading in class, and then we went to see a production of it. I don't remember because I was super sleepy that day, so I was like nodding off for half the show. I felt pretty bad about it.
Jeez. Public school. Like, you actually do things.
Oh no. Disney World we had to pay for.
Well, yes, we had to
Disneyland.
pay for
I think it
all
was
of ours,
Disneyland.
too.
We had fundraising from selling cheesecakes. But then you'd still have to like pay the rest of the way.
No, we had to pay for all of it. Like,
Well, by fundraising I mean we had to go around trying to sell cheesecakes to people.
yeah. No, our school was just like, yeah, to go on this field trip, give us like $25-$30.
We also had field trips to like, I think band did a field trip to see some symphony once or something.
What?
Yeah.
You know, we did 1 or 2 competitions for band.
Well, I went to a high school that won as a public school. I think we were the first public school to win the Kennedy Center Award for Fine Arts.
I don't know what that is.
Yes.
Like, I went to a Christian school where they did Christian school awards by competing against all the Christian schools in the area. Like,
Yeah.
literally, I'm not joking.
Public schools don't get the best budgets, but I went
No,
to
they
a
don't.
pretty good one. Because I was in, like, one of the nicer suburbs, I guess. I don't know.
But I know for our, like, we went into the city in, like, 10th or 11th grade. We went into the mountains for senior trip. Just have, like, a little, like, retreat in the mountains.
I'm trying to remember. Did we have a senior trip? I don't think we did.
And then I can't think of any other. Then we had like I think like in 8th grade we had a quote trip to one of the amusement parks. But like I didn't go to that because I'm like, yeah, no, not my thing, not going.
I think for French, I might have also gone to see Cirque du Soleil.
You know, we were supposed to have like one field trip every year, but that did not happen.
Mine depended basically entirely on what classes I was in. But we had some fun ones.
Well, I mean, I also went to a small high school where they could afford to have like entire grade trips and not like bend over backwards.
Anyway. Wait, did you read this already?
Now, oh, is that why you won't eat clam chowder anymore?
No, it's because Bobby Wellingham threw up in one of the vats of clam chowder, and I'm the only one who saw it happen. It haunts me.
Right. Let's leave the story firmly in the past.
So she'd be okay with eating clam chowder that is homemade.
Yes, maybe.
Well, because he's clearly not vomited up into the one that was made at home.
Okay, but like, I don't think anyone he would have vomited into would still be in production or use or whatever.
Well, she said she was the only one who saw it happen.
Okay, but that was how many years ago?
Anyway, you should just do it. Mr. Vegas sounds like he could really use the help. Plus, you get to hang out with cool fish.
You mean fish.
Fish.
Amanda, I get kind of weird about aquariums. The ocean makes me nervous.
Just like everything else.
Yeah!
What? Are you worried that a whale is gonna pop out of the touch tank and swallow you whole?
Don't you put fear in my heart.
Well, do they have penguins there?
Yes, they have penguins there.
Then it's settled. Penguins outweigh fear of the ocean.
I sit back down to the computer and let Hugo know that I'm available. He tells me to meet him at the aquarium. He gives me the address. I grab my keys and kiss Amanda on the forehead before I head out. I feel
Wait,
like
the trick-
he definitely, I don't know why he told him to meet at
What?
the aquarium and not at the school.
What'd you say? What'd you say?
I don't understand why Hugo told him to meet at the aquarium and not at the school.
I know my school sometimes did that.
Really?
Yeah. They didn't always have all their chaperones meet there.
But don't you want the extra chaperones for the bus?
If not always, and it also depended on how many chaperones.
Sometimes we had multiple buses.
I know for grade trips there was one. It was one bus.
I arrive at the
when it
aquarium
was
to find
banned,
that
it
the
was
school
two.
buses have beaten me there. Preteens huddle around their teachers in small groups, yelling at each other and goofing off. Every teacher looks like they're at their wits' end. Hugo jogs up to me, looking frazzled.
I'm so glad you're here, Hugo. It's been a debacle all morning. We're short-handed and most of the kids won't stop screaming. So I'm sure you know is the case with all middle schoolers. I lived through Amanda at 12. I'm all too familiar.
By comparison, I feel like such a good kid.
Same. Great. Well, it's you and me chaperoning a group of 10 kids. They're over here.
Hugo walks me over to a gaggle of preteens who are all sitting on the ground playing with their phones. They're not kicking each other like some of the other groups, so we're off to a good start.
Can you guys put your phones away?
All of the kids look up for a moment to stare at Hugo. They then go back to texting.
At least they're quiet? Too quiet. These guys are up to something. I can feel it.
Group chat.
Group chat! There's no way. They're too busy thinking about not getting food stuck in their braces to pull any stunts. It's middle school after all. We'll see.
I trust the teacher more than I trust Santa.
I wouldn't trust Santa with any decision. Like,
True.
he's saying these things and it's like, why would we trust Santa?
True. The classes start filing into the aquarium and Hugo hands out massive stapled packets of paper to each kid.
I never had to do these.
You know what? I don't remember if I had to do them in high school or middle school, but you know when I do remember having to do it? College. When my first year of college, when I was an art major, we had a field trip all the way up to the sea, like 2 hours away, to visit a bunch of like museums and art galleries. That's when
Makes
I had
sense.
to do it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's weird.
We were art students. We had to evaluate the art.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm like, no, that, like, it makes sense you would have gone to the art, like, the museums and stuff, but, like, that's weird. Especially in college.
Well, art students.
These are due at the end of the field trip. Yes, they'll be for a grade. No, you can't borrow a pencil.
The kids collectively groan and grab the sheets from Hugo.
I know I would do that. What's in the packet?
Off.
Honestly, it's just busy work, so that the teachers can have a moment's reprieve. I think one of the questions asked them to sit quietly for 10 minutes to think about the Great Barrier Reef. Teacher hacks. I like that. Wait, I thought you were an English teacher. What does the aquarium have to do with books?
Say it's Lord of the Flies.
Better. We just did a unit on the Old Man of the Sea. Nothing quite like introducing kids to the futile perseverance of the human spirit by making them pet stingrays. I don't know why I blanked on perseverance. It gives us time to check out some of the exhibits as well. Come on. They have a phenomenal selection of tropical fish.
Fish.
Tropical fish.
While the kids sit on the floor and pretend to do their assignments while they text, Hugo and I wander over to a large tank filled with brightly colored fish. Hugo points to a brown and white fish with long spines.
Ah.
I don't actually remember most of Lord of the Flies or Old Man of the Sea, actually.
I don't think I've ever read Old Man of the Sea.
I think I read that in 10th grade.
Lord of the Flies is by
No,
far the most misinterpreted work in every English class.
Oh?
So, according to English classes, Lord of the Flies is this commentary on human nature and destructiveness and how without rules and stuff, there's just anarchy and they kill each other and stuff. Actually, what it apparently was
It's
that...
about why kids are dicks.
No, not even. There had been a writer before that who apparently wrote a very similar story about a bunch of specifically, like, I think rich British kids who
Of course.
behaved perfectly as a statement that Britain is the best in all of this.
Right, I have heard this.
Yeah, and so the guy who wrote Lord of the Flies was actually responding to that in spite by saying, are you fucking kidding me? This group of rotten, spoiled, rich white boys is definitely going to tear each other apart.
Wasn't there recently, like, two dudes were trying to make, like, a new Lord of the Flies movie, but all girls?
Mm-hmm.
And then people were like, you know this won't make sense, right?
It entirely defeats the purpose. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It's about how, like, the rich, entitled white British boys in particular, like, they are the ones who will tear each other apart. It's not meant to be any kind of statement on humanity as a whole or human nature or anything. It's, are you fucking kidding me? No, these spoiled ass rich boys are not going to behave perfectly and establish this great society. They're gonna rip each other apart. Because they're rich assholes.
Yeah. That sounds like what they would do. Like I said, I don't even remember most of the book, honestly.
I remember that book.
Other than most of the kids die.
No, just one.
Is it only one of them?
Mm-hmm. The fat one named Piggy. He wears glasses. He gets crushed by a boulder.
Man, I need to reread that, apparently.
Do you know why I remember this? Because there was such... I was so frustrated when I was in English class for that book. Because, like, the teacher insisted on how much symbolism was in the book. And some of it, yeah, sure. Like, what was it? Like, Piggy coming out of his shell, sort of, or, like, kind of growing as a character, and then he dies. And there's, like, some seashell he has that gets more and more polished, and then it gets, like, it, like, shatters or something.
Yeah.
But the dumbest one was Piggy's glasses were intact, and then Piggy died, and his glasses broke. Like, no shit they broke. They were on him because he died. I was so frustrated because
were representative of his life.
I was so frustrated because this fucking shit was like all of this symbolism in the book, and I'm like, you are reading way too much into a bunch of things that definitely weren't intended to be symbols.
I mean, isn't that the joke on English classes? It's just
Yes.
like, why are the curtains red? Because the author wanted them to be red?
Because the character's favorite color is red.
Like... What?
Yes. I know. I know. I used to make that joke about blue curtains. And, oh, it's because the character is so sad. No, it's because the author's favorite color is blue. You motherfuckers.
Look, that just reminded me for, like, Heart of Darkness. And I hated that book. It was, like, one of the first scenes where it's, like, dude in a doctor's office, and my teacher's just like, now, why did they describe the doctor this way? And we're just like... Because he did? Like... It's like, no, it's to show that he's a terrible doctor, insane, and this, and we're like... Where'd you get that? From the fact he wore slippers.
Anyway.
Instead of having real, like, shoes on, he wore slippers. Anyway. Rants.
Did you finish reading the line? I forget.
No. I didn't even start it.
I thought you read the first word. Or first sentence.
No, I did not. That right there is a lionfish. Did you know that their stomachs can expand up to 30 times in size?
Whoa.
Their spines are venomous, too. Nature is hardcore.
Oh.
You think that's bad? Take a look at this one over here.
Hugo points to a spiny, grumpy-looking fish hanging out near the bottom of the tank.
Oh.
Is it you?
Yes. Judging by this description, yes.
That's a stonefish. The most venomous fish in the world.
See? Yes.
And they just, like, keep it here? Oh, they're relatively harmless as long as you don't step on them. How do you step on something in the ocean?
By going snorkeling? Or something?
But aren't you normally, like...
These tanks aren't that deep.
What happens if you step on them? Tissue necrosis. That. Cool.
Hey.
Nature is wild.
Man, Hugo seems to know a lot about fish. I feel the overwhelming need to impress him.
By trying to be better than him?
Well, I don't think this one is trying to be better. It's trying to keep up at being the same level of smart and almost definitely completely failing.
It's Santa.
Almost definitely.
Should we expect success at any point?
At making a cake for Amanda.
But he had to restart it after he ran out of red dye?
Yeah, I don't understand why he had to restart it.
Hey, see that fish over there? That one? Yeah, that's the...
Blue-nosed wiggly fish.
American longfish?
Wait,
I don't know.
I need to check if the humphead wrasse is a real thing. It is a real fish.
Is it?
Yes.
Then guess that one?
An American longfin only comes up in relation to Dream Daddy.
In what?
In relation to this game.
Yeah. Did you know that? Paranormal? Or political fish trivia? would be funnier to him? I feel like a part of me feels like political.
So, because I had searched American longfin trying to figure out if it's a real fish and wound up on the wiki, I have all of the answers.
Why would you do that to yourself?
Because I like having the answers to my life. It's a lot easier than real life. Anyway, if you said political, I'm going for it.
Was that the right one? This fish openly supports the legalization of marijuana. Wow, I got it right. I didn't know it was so progressive. Times are changing, man.
So actually, he apparently would have liked blue-nosed wigglyfish. I think, like, if you go full stupid, just, like, funny, full-on stupid.
He gets the laugh and they like him.
He's amused.
Oh.
Wait, are you serious? I'm playing it for a gag here.
Oh.
Good one.
We lead the kids to another room. Sharks, sea turtles, eels.
Shark?
Sharky? Are you in the
I am.
aquarium?
Well, do you see the shark at the left by the...
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's me.
What a small shark. Sharks, sea turtles, eels, and other marine life swim around in a massive floor-to-ceiling aquarium. They're missing a dash right here. Putting the mouse in place of the dash. The kids begin trying to take selfies with the shark. Ease. You're in so many photos!
That sounds disgusting. Delete them now.
Hugo leaves my side to separate two kids who started fighting over a Capri Sun. I walk around the room, reading the tiny little blurbs about different fish swimming inside of the enclosure. After a while, I look around and see Hugo again. He's gazing up at the aquarium in childlike wonder. The ripples in the water cast blue, moving shadows across his face. For someone surrounded by angry, hormonal preteens, he looks completely peaceful. He looks really cute in this light. I hope he doesn't notice me staring. How creepy.
He's not supposed to be creepy? Wow.
Ah.
I walk over to join him.
Beautiful, isn't it? Do you want to be flirty? Do you want to be... I don't know what the last one is.
Now that I have the guide up, I feel like I shouldn't give my opinion. Although I will stop you from making terrible mistakes.
See, but the thing is, I don't know if I want to be serious or flirty.
I will stop you from making terrible mistakes.
Sure, flirty.
No.
Was flirty the actual bad answer?
It has a dislike on it.
Darn! A great many mysteries lie in the ocean. It truly is fascinating to be able to observe it in a setting such as this. That's a very astute point, Santa.
We stand together for a moment, admiring the wonders of marine life. Maybe Dory's in here somewhere.
No, she escapes.
We eventually make our way to the touch tank room, which seems to be the only thing the kids are actually interested in. Poor octopus. The tank is filled with a variety of horseshoe crabs, sea urchins, stingrays, and small fish.
Poor octopus.
What was his name again? Hank?
I don't remember. It's been...
I think it was Hank the octopus.
Crap.
I stand around the edges of the tank and keep a wary distance from the sea life. Who knows what kind of nefarious plans those horseshoe crabs have for my well-moisturized hands?
It's been like 2 years since I've seen
Hugo
that
rolls up
movie.
his sleeve and sticks his hand in the water.
Don't you want to pet some rays, Santa? Oh, I think I'm good. I think I should just stay over here and admire them from a respectable distance. Come on, it'll be fun and informative.
Wait, one sec. I'm gonna go grab my dinner.
What happened to your snacks?
Huh?
What happened to your snacks?
I ate them.
Oh, for Pete's sake, kid.
OBS is being weird.
Quack, 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 quack.
And I'm back. Did you read the thing?
Yes.
Great.
Don't make fun of me, but I'm scared to touch them. I get weird when there's no glass separating us. I don't know what any of those things are, but I get the feeling that they will probably bite me in my delicious hands if given the chance. Sorry. Nothing in this tank can hurt you. Stingrays have had their barbs removed, the horseshoe crabs only eat little clams, and the anemones are perfectly safe to touch.
Against my better judgment, I approach the tank. Slowly dipping my hand into the cold water, I touch a stingray as it glides past me.
See, not so bad. It feels like fun, slimy leather. Things get a lot less scary when you learn more about them, right?
I'm just trying to picture slimy leather and it sounds very gross. I dive my hand back into the touch tank with a renewed vigor for ocean life. I poke at some urchins and feel the hard carapace of a horseshoe crab. My hand brushes against Hugo's as we reach for the same anemone. I pull away, blushing. Hugo smiles at me.
Hey, you're supposed to be touching the fish. Sorry, I just get a little carried away Wait. That girl over there looks suspicious. Why is that?
Oh.
Are backpacks usually that wet? Hold on. Susan, get back here!
Hugo runs after a middle schooler and catches her before she can make it to the exit.
Want to tell me what's in the bag?
Textbooks?
Want to tell me what's really in the bag?
No? Susan won't budge. I walk over to Hugo and the girl. I think he might need a bad cop.
Look, kid.
I think the first
I'm
one.
gonna say the top one?
The bottom one is like the worst.
I'm gonna say the top one.
Definitely.
Whatever it is, it goes back into the touch tank now.
You're not a teacher. You can't tell me what to do.
Yes, well, I am. Will you please put the bag down? Next time, we won't say please.
Susan glares at Hugo for a moment before dropping her book bag on the floor. It lands with a wet slap. We stare at it for a moment before it starts to move.
Whoa.
Hugo leans down and unzips the backpack. A horseshoe crab frantically scuttles out and across the floor. An employee swoops in, scoops it up, and places it back into the tank. She gives us a disapproving look.
Gee, Susan, what's your plan?
I was trying to free him.
To where? Outside? Where he was gonna die? Susan, go back to your group. We'll discuss this later. Yeah, and hands where we can see them.
Susan sulks off, leaving me alone with Hugo. He gives me a pat on the shoulder.
Oh.
Middle schoolers have sticky hands. I doubt that's the first time that's happened here.
I doubt it too.
Or the last.
In the next room, we see a variety of smaller tanks. Sea urchins, tiny fish, and a rainbow of beautiful underwater plant life surround us.
Oh.
Look over there.
Hugo points. So some seahorses gathered at the bottom of the tank. One of them is in the middle of giving birth.
Hold on one second.
Sure, my fire alarm also seems to be going off anyway.
It was right outside my door, which is why it was so loud.
Ah,
Sorry about that.
anyway.
Hmm.
Seahorse is giving birth.
That's actually the male seahorse. Sort of takes follower to a new level, doesn't it? Hey kids, come check this out. There's a male seahorse giving birth.
A low murmur from the students. They just jump back on their phones.
Hey.
A fun fact, male seahorses can give birth and then get pregnant in the same day.
That sounds really uncomfortable.
That sounds extremely uncomfortable. Man, I thought we had it hard.
Hmm.
Wonder if they have to deal with their kids' awkward teenage years too. All however many thousand of them. You seem to know a lot about marine life, Hugo.
Oh.
It's not really my specialty, but I do make a point to learn as much as possible whenever I can. I think that learning shouldn't end when you leave school. We should challenge ourselves to find out more about the things we don't understand every day of our lives. Because if you stop learning, I don't think you'll ever be able to grow or change as a person. Good point.
All of that. Good point.
Okay, it's Santa. What do you expect from him?
True.
But I still don't trust the ocean. We'll get there.
We finally
And
make
yet-
our way over to my favorite part of the tour, the Arctic exhibit.
Wait, was he so He was very much against the ocean with Joseph, right?
Trying to remember.
I know there was a bunch of whale comments,
Yes.
but I feel like he was against the ocean.
I think that one was more of an open water thing.
I guess.
I don't know. Whatever. Penguin time!
Do we get to see the penguins?
Oh,
Yes, we get to see the penguins.
Da, 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 da. Hell yeah!
Language.
It said hell yes. Sorry for saying yeah instead of yes. One of our group of kids run around the exhibits. They won't stop tapping on the glass of the puffin enclosure, trying to get their attention. For at least a few moments, teachers, chaperones, and students alike seem to be having a great time. What was I so worried about? This isn't too bad.
huh?
Hugo suddenly grabs my arm.
Oh my god. There's a student in the penguin enclosure.
Wait, just kidding, it's very bad.
Is it one of ours?
I don't know.
Could you not hear me? Could you not hear me?
No, sorry, my cat jumped up on my lap and that means I have to attend to him.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
Hang on.
It most certainly is. Molly Henderson, Susan's friend.
I look over to the penguins and see a determined-looking kid crouching behind a rock. She's hiding just out of sight of one of the employees. Over on the side of the enclosure, I see the door to the exhibit ajar. Was it unlocked this whole time?
Sounds about right. We gotta stop her before the staff sees and bans our school for life.
Hugo looks around.
I'll create a distraction.
Hugo runs toward the puffin exhibit and addresses the entire room.
Everybody, everybody, everybody. I have an announcement.
The whole room turns toward Hugo. I think the better course of action would have been to alert the security people who are trained.
Here's a few facts I bet you don't know about penguins.
Everybody just stares at Hugo, confused. Well, this is my shot. I run into the enclosure and am greeted by a cold blast of air.
That sounds amazing.
All right.
Hey,
The girl whips around to look at me. Her nose is pink from the cold.
you can't be in here.
Neither can you.
I try to walk over to the girl, but the ground is so icy that I just end up slipping.
Ah,
I catch myself before I hit the ground, but the girl still laughs at me.
I don't know.
ah. Contrary to popular belief, penguins are birds. Birds are traditionally known to fly, but penguins cannot. So I can understand some confusion when we're discussing the birdness of penguins.
Oh, Hugo, you know more silly facts than this. The crowd is still somehow enraptured.
Kid, what are you even doing?
Letting the penguins go. They deserve freedom.
Where are they even gonna go to? Are they even going to go?
They're gonna live in my closet.
Look, I just didn't have time to argue about this. We gotta get out of here.
Not until I save a penguin.
The unknown fact is that penguins only live in cold climates. With some exceptions. So they don't all live in cold climates if you're splitting hairs here.
Start talking about the ones that don't.
Did I mention that they don't fly?
The crowd is starting to lose interest. I'm running out of time.
Either lay down the law or retaliate. Or relate.
Retaliate?
Retaliate! Relate?
Wait, I want to save Scummit.
Why?
Bribe her!
No!
I want to know what he bribes her with.
I think it's like $10.
20!
Load.
Fine.
We're not giving $20 to a kid. Retaliate.
Let's not retaliate!
Retaliate anyway.
So bribe her.
No, relate to her.
I don't know, you kept saying retaliate.
I
Think back to the time I released all of the feeder mice from the pet store. It was a disaster. I was 6, but it was a disaster.
Molly, you know, life can be cruel.
Money. Give me money.
I will...
That's the actual answer.
What? Is it the top answer then?
I have a feeling it's going to just be this one.
I will give you $20 right now if you leave with me.
Molly thinks for a second.
Okay, well, give it to me right now.
I reach into my pocket and pull out everything I have, examining each bill.
Okay, well, I have $12 and some change. Also, there's a button here. Is that enough?
Pay me the other 8 later and we have a deal.
We move to shake on our arrangement, but before I suddenly realize there's a wave of penguins on their way out of the enclosure. We're gonna have to block these birds.
Oh, minigame time.
Penguin game!
Block the bird.
Squeak. That was so cute. Oh no. Ah, oh no.
Well, you're not getting best ranking.
I have failed. Can I reload and try again?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you sure? Oh no. I can't even get there. It doesn't even let me get over to that corner. What the hell?
Language.
Wow.
What, 3 escaped? 5.
Oh! It was definitely bribe. I was
What?
right.
Really?
Bribery works! Phew, glad that's over. Just in time, too. Looks like Hugo is wrapping up his diversionary penguin speech.
Hey,
And that's why I think the penguins are one of the best animals in the world.
A few people in the audience clap out of a sense of duty. Everybody starts dispersing. Hugo spots us from across the way and runs over.
Molly, what were you doing in there?
I was liberating animals, Mr. Vega.
You realize that the penguins can only survive in Arctic temperatures, right? You would have had a dead penguin on your hands.
Well, it was the thought that counts.
No, Molly, it wasn't.
Molly turns to me.
You owe me $8.
huh?
What? I'll pay you later, kid.
Molly runs off towards Susan. I suppose so they can compare animal thief notes.
Ah.
You're not off the hook, Molly.
Ah.
Santa, did you just bribe a child?
It's terrible because the guide's right here.
What?
The guide is right here in front of me.
And? Honest.
I'm serious, that's the best answer.
Okay. It's the only way to get her out of the exhibit. I'm proud of what I've done. I'm not proud of it either. Or of my penguin facts lecture. but at least we got her out.
Ah.
Let's just get through the day and get out of here.
With the day finally coming to a close, the whole field trip is ushered through the gift shop, and we make our way back out to the school buses. As we leave the aquarium and the kids load onto the buses, Hugo pulls me aside.
Oh.
Hey, Santa. Thank you so much for helping out today. You're a lifesaver. It was no problem. It was actually kind of fun.
Hey.
Let me take you out next time to make it up to you. You like cheese boards?
How much do you love cheese boards?
Question mark? Question mark. It's probably going to be the last answer. Yeah, that's what I thought. Great. Well, I gotta go make sure the kids don't steal anything else. See you around.
I walk inside to find the house empty.
Wonder where the panda's at.
So cute. Before I know it, Amanda pops in through the front door.
What you up to tonight?
I would just like to point out that Manda Panda has a panda pin.
Yes.
I have noticed this many times before, but I would just like to make it extra obvious. She's got a panda
Thank you,
pin.
Captain Obvious.
You know what's less obvious? She's clearly a fan of the Telltale Game of Thrones game, because that's the
yes.
Iron Wrath logo on her.
Oh, yes, totally.
Definitely what that's supposed to be.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Totally. So what you up to tonight?
Just doing some homework. How's the aquarium?
It was... He should have said fishy.
No.
It was an adventure. Some kid tried to steal a penguin.
We've all been there.
I had to run in and grab her before any of the employees saw.
You got to go in the penguin enclosure? Did you steal a penguin for us?
Amanda, no penguins are stolen thanks to the valiant efforts of myself and Mr. Vega. It was nice getting to spend some time with Hugo, though.
I'm surprised he helps complete a covert op. He's usually kind of a
Kind of a what?
stick in the mud.
He's actually pretty cool. I had a good time with him. Alright, too much adventure for me today. I'm gonna go rest my eyes.
You mean take a nap?
There's a difference. You'll learn when you become a father. What I will do after this stream, rest my eyes.
Looks like Paradise Lost just got found.
Wow!
Oh my god!
Wow!
Oh my god!
That was lame.
That was so corny!
Also, mustache is 0? Why is mustache 0?
Because the true hero is our beard, not the mustache.
Oh my god.
Tweed 0.
Oh,
But we got an S.
we did get an S.
And 1 of 3 on Asia Go Getter. Alright. We done for today?
Probably.
Unless you want to rush through the next, like...
Let's rush to get the dad book.
Oh, I meant rush through to the next... or rush through the next... What's it?
Rush to the next what?
Hmm?
Let's at least get the dad book.
Welcome.
We made it to that book.
That's new?
Dad book. DP.
Yes, but normally it's a person, not dad book.
I think there's been one before where you message yourself a reminder.
Oh, right!
This might be the same one.
Click
Let's
it.
find out. I think it is.
Santa, listen, this is you from the past. Whoa, how'd this happen? I figure you're trying to reply to this because I know myself. This is an automated message from you earlier this morning. When it was socially acceptable to go out and buy ice cream. Right, we have done this one.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot it. Because we had this one and then I'm like, man, I should go get ice cream. And it took me like a month to go buy ice cream.
Yeah, that was very silly of you.
I forget how I did that as well. The future is amazing.
Actually, the past.
Listen, life is short, and ice cream should always be acceptable. But unfortunately, this isn't the society we live in.
I don't know what he's talking about. I would buy ice cream at any hour of the day.
Then there's me who waits a month to buy ice cream.
Yeah, I don't know how. I don't know why.
I
Hasn't the ice cream commercial had enough of an effect on you?
Sorry, I haven't cried to the ice cream commercial in a while. If I need a good cry, I'll watch it again. Or read
We
it.
should always have a good cry.
Should I read it?
Yes. Oh, she's so cute.
She's adorable.
Anyway.
And it's less the society we live in and more me projecting my own anxiety about being judged unto others. But you know what I mean. By the time you're reading this, it is a certain time of day in which nobody will bat an eye at you for going out and buying ice cream. You know what to do. Be good. Me.
Buy that ice cream.
Do you want to just skip through it?
Yep.
Oh,
I
right.
experienced this in real life too, so I can speed through this as much as I want.
So are we saying I'm cool? I'm so cool, or no way? No.
I am not cool.
I have a decision waking up in that position tomorrow morning. What do you think?
Man, talking to you sucks. Could you just help me out?
Help you out? There's no fire involved, is there?
Just clouds. So if I give you $20, you buy me e-liquid? Whee! Whee!
Right, we had this when we had no idea who Ernest even was.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like, is Ernest actually Robert's kid?
Well, I was pretty sure it was Hugo's, and you were like, no, it might be Robert's.
Hey.
Although I think you said that after Robert claimed that it was his child, so.
Yeah.
But Ernest Hemingway Vega?
Yeah, that's right, Hugo. It's too Hugo. We didn't know his middle name at that point.
I know, but still. Does Robert seem like the kind of person who would name their child Ernest?
We don't know anything about him, maybe. I don't even know. Just pick something. I'm friends with his dad or something.
Boyfriends with his dad. Sort
Okay,
of.
it was been one date.
Ouch.
Ouch.
See? Stole it back. Robert's easily the best.
Okay, so next time will be Hugo 2.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully we won't spend like a half an hour or longer just talking about books. Lord of the Flies. We talked about a lot of things.
Look how
This is
many
basically just-
profiles are filled out now.
It's only 3 of them.
No, it's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, but there's only 3 unfilled.
Yes, but I said, look how many are filled out now.
So like, hey, when we're done, Robert will have gotten all but the stupid non-canonical ending. Which I don't even think I've mentioned to you what it actually is.
You have not... I honestly don't know how much I care anymore.
You don't what?
I'm not honestly sure how much I care anymore. Joseph's route was so long ago.
Well, it also has, like, nothing to do with his actual route.
That's weird.
I can tell you, like, a quick sentence summary of it.
Tell me off stream.
Yeah, I will.
Anyway. Bye, stream.
Bye. We'll be back at some point.
Bye, you watching.
Yeah, me.
Yes, bye, you.
Yeah.